Friends, welcome back to Combo Breaker 2026. It is time yet again in the Midwest to crown another Guilty Gear champion. My name is Clay, here with the venerable King Jobber. How you doing, good sir?
I am doing so fantastic. It has been a wonderful weekend of Guilty Gear here so far, from Plus R to Strive, but right now we're focusing on God's Gift, Exerd Rev 2.
Yes, sir, and very interesting weekend here. First time all three Guilty Gear series are a main game here at Combo Breaker 2026. Got our Plus R champion last night. We have an Exerd champion tonight, Strive tomorrow. It is not the Midwest without Guilty Gear, and we have a lot of bangers to show you here in the top 8 today from all over the nation, as it should be with no coast, no kings here at Combo Breaker 2026.
That's right, and a lot of good storylines heading into this top 8 as well, from the absolute tear that Solstice has been going on to Crocs and Socks trying to earn his 4th Combo Breaker title in a row.
Yes.
And plenty of more, right? Obviously, Scud, another Slayer player.
New blood.
Absolutely blasting through the bracket, taking out a lot of strong players and some massive upsets. Fu trying to crown himself a Combo Breaker champion for the first time, coming from the old guard. And the Arm also hanging in there with the Ramlethal Valentine as well.
Yeah, very, very interesting character mix here for top 8. Normally it's like, oh, it's Guilty Gear, you're going to see the usual suspects. Not so much. 2 Rams, 2 Slayers. Obviously, these characters are terrible. Just kidding. They're really, really good because these players are out of their minds good, and they are going to put on a show for us here today at Combo Breaker 2026. I am so excited to see how this plays out, because this is one of those, like, you look at the top 8 and it's like, okay, pick one. Like, I'm not betting on this. I'm broke, bucko.
I feel like if you were betting just based on past results, you would go with Crocs and Socks,
yeah.
But he lost pretty early on in pools and had to fight his way all the way through losers. And then on the flip side, Solstice, probably the favorite to win it, because I don't think they have lost a single offline Exerd tournament this year.
It has been a 2026 to remember, and we are in May for Solstice. Absolutely incredible run at Frosty Faustings. Had the luxury of getting to watch that top 8, see him come out a champion, and has only somehow grown stronger in that time frame. And now will try to come in once again, show up in the Midwest, and walk away with some hardware. But we are starting out with some new blood here for Exerd top 8. We have Scud repping the Slayer, taking on Cade with the Leo. I hope you like swinging, because we are about to do some of it.
All right, let's rock. Top 8 time. Okay, Scud already knows 5K around start beats anything that Leo actually wants to do, so you know that they are aware of how to play this matchup. Let's see if they can put that into full effect.
Absolutely. This is a matchup of controlling horizontal space. Both these characters very neutral oriented in terms of being on the ground, dominating with their big buttons, and then catching out big counter hits. Just like that, with the counter hit pile bunker into the burst bait. And right off the bat, Scud showing that this winner's side was no fluke. Nice defense on the reversal, but does get clipped on the crossover.
Yeah, the health difference is not too wide that it's impossible for Cade to come back here. Just trying to zone a little bit with the fireballs, force Scud to overextend.
Nice 6P through the fire. What was that, 3 in a row? Just like, I'm going to shoulder check right through this, bucko. We ain't scared. And Scud on the board, 1-0 to start this top 8.
And again, 5K round start is absolutely the button you press as Slayer in this matchup. Again, we have to reiterate, Leo can't do anything about it.
Absolutely. The stanky leg has been good since XX. That is no different here in Exerd. And right now, Scud on the back a little bit. Nice escape from the corner, earns it in. But Cade, undeterred, re-earns the corner, will get the knockdown into the restand. And what's the mix? What? It's a 5K, but immediately the flash kick back. Now we're swinging into the air throw. YRC projectile. Nice defense by Scud to not get hit on the blade overhead. And he's going to hurt.
Gonna get a 3rd pile bunker on that one as well. Baits out the flash kick with the safe jump, but doesn't have any tension to close out the round. Gets the low. Is that gonna be enough? It is!
Very nice work from Scud. 1-0 here in our first game of top 8. Great bait on the reversal, waited it out. No worries there against Slayer, one of the most meter-hungry characters in Excerpt, so no Roman cancel, no big cash out. That's all right. I'll just catch you pressing buttons and move on. And we go into game 2, once again fighting for neutral. That 6P doing so much work. 6P, 5K, that is the recipe for success with Slayer.
So it's, like you mentioned, covering that horizontal distance, two of the best things to do it. Slayer also not only meter hungry, but highest meter tension in the game, so gains a ton of it too.
Absolutely, needs every bit of it. Right now, gets the hit. Cade opts to burst, not wanting to deal with the Slayer pressure right now. Does have a lot of meter to work with, and does earn Scud's burst, so we are now burst neutral here in the first round of game 2. YRC, nice confirm, gonna get the full knockdown here, and we'll start the mix.
Right now, the JK, very nice. Lockdown here in the corner. Just, I love it. Going for the fireball to make sure that Slayer cannot backdash out of your pressure. And the OTG 2S into the flash kick is enough to close out the round.
Excellent awareness of the guts crush there. Cade gets on the board, leads 1-0 in game 2, and immediately right on top of Scud to go in for round 2. Gets the throw. Nice defense on the overhead, and 5K again. You called it, my co-commentator. Poke him out, don't let him do the thing. But right now, Cade undeterred, once again applying that fireball pressure.
You have to in this matchup, right? You cannot allow Slayer to just backdash and get away for free. So if you have a fireball to drop Oki, you gotta do it. And you gotta send the super for the counter hit and the pickup. Just like that, Cade tying it up. What a piece.
Beautiful situational awareness. Saw the dandy step and said, you don't have time to YRC that. This is a frame 1 overdrive, and it is coming right for your dome. Very, very good back and forth so far. Scud and Cade tied 1 apiece as we go into game 3. Winner wants to stay in that winner side bracket. Loser's gonna have to fight the way back.
You can see how much respect Scud has already commanded over Cade, where we could just walk forward and Cade does nothing. The fear of the Palmaker, the fear of the dandy step in that 5K is palpable.
Woo! Nice read on the burst, dodges out of the way, and right now Cade in a dominating position, has the corner, gets the JK for free, just blocking the mid on this. And now the mix-up begins. Scud gets grip, the RC for the throw, should have enough, and Cade on set point here in our first game of top 8.
Handling the Slayer backdash so well with that fireball YRC, preventing Slayer from escaping. If you can do that, if you can keep Slayer locked down and force him to block, that's the last thing a Slayer player wants to do.
Absolutely. Limiting those normals, limiting the opportunities to counterport, get that big counter hit is the name of the game against Slayer. Right now, Cade playing it to perfection. Down a little bit, but gets a nice counter hit. This should be a full confirm into the corner. What's the mix? Showing a lot of respect there. Scud able to escape, but Cade immediately back on top.
Yeah, sticking to them like glue, trying to represent some more of those 6Ps. Oh, we're just throwing out the 2H, looking for a big counter hit.
Yeah, might have been baiting an IAV there, looking for something fresh in terms of how to get the neutral game going. Pretty even right now with Cade looking close out. Gets hit by the counter hit 5K. We get the pile bunker into both, but no more meter left, and that's all it is. And the fireball interrupts the next rush in, and now Cade right back on top with the knockdown. What's the next mix?
Still has access to burst here, but you're gonna have to spend it wisely. Can't afford to take a big hit. Might actually have to burst on block just to get out. Instead uses the footloose journey, and with the forward dash gets the close slash.
Wow, excellent bait out of the reversal, and now we go to final game, final round in our first game of top 8, Guilty Gear Excerpt Rev 2. Combo breaker.
Being able to hold on to that burst was so key for Scud going into this final round.
Absolutely huge life lead, burst advantage, gonna get a counter hit, crosses over and back under for the 7 golden letters. And Scud, just like that, I feel like we were half a step from being like, Cade, moving on in winner's side, and Scud was just like, I'm sorry, did you think I was done?
The patience from Scud to believe in their own ability, saying, I'm going to hold on to this burst. I could lose the entire set here, but I think I can get out of the corner, and I need this for the next round. Absolutely phenomenal play. And Scud, this is a name-setting performance here this weekend at Combo Breaker. This is not a player we are going to forget about going forward.
Yeah, if any match can explain how important burst economy is in this game, and every Guilty Gear game for that matter, but the difference in being able to not only not use your burst prematurely, go into that final game, and bait the burst in return. That is literally the difference. These margins are tiny, they are finite, and you have to be on point. And Scud just able to edge out enough of those margins and move on in winner's side. Obviously not done yet for K, down into the loser side with work to be done, but now we started with a banger, and now, in quotes, a banger to, at this point, veterans of this game. Even though Solstice is new blood, I can't really say that anymore. If you've got a Frosty Faustings under your belt, you are no longer a new blood in Guilty Gear Xrd.
Listen, we got a full clip here. It is banger after banger after banger after banger for every single match that we're going to see here through this top 8. And now we get the pleasure of watching Fu up against Solstice. This could be one of the toughest matchups that Fu has in this entire bracket, going against Solstice, who again has been undefeated throughout of offline Guilty Gear throughout 2026.
And just playing out of his mind, has taken Ram to levels that people thought were no longer possible for this character. So many players wrote this character off after Sign, and in fairness, she got put in a wheelchair. There was a notable downturn, a needed downturn, mind you, but one that mattered. But nonetheless, Fu has been doing this for so long. His conversions are immaculate, and it's Hey Hun. If she taps you, that's gonna sting. So this is going to be one of those matchups. Solstice is going to want to play the control. Fu wants to get those big counter hits, make them count, and we go right in. We need no button checks. Fu versus Solstice here at Combo Breaker 2026. Opens with an air grab, and the tuner Oki begins.
Fu already did a great job too with that rising JK right at the start of the round to get rid of the sword from Solstice. That is so important to play around, especially since you're a big body, meaning that the swords have a much better chance of forcing you to block or hitting you.
Absolutely. Hey Hun is a large character with limited mobility. Have to be able to turn those neutral swords. JD, JK are going to be the order of the day, but Solstice gets the knockdown and the mix begins. You're going to take the corner already, as that's what Bramblefall is best at. And now it's a question of where is the mix? What will Fu do? Nice delayed burst and gets out of the corner. We go back to neutral.
Oh, just trying to get above the spin. The what a tech in the air, but the JD is a great response there from Solstice.
Yeah, great response on the tech. Maintains the momentum, takes through the corner, and now Fu with no burst is going to have to hold it down, but 5Ps will easily close this life bar out, and Solstice continues the tear up 1-0 in game 1.
I'll start immediately with that bar slash, just harassing you.
Yeah, have to with Hey Hun. Hey Hun has air mobility, but it's very controlled air mobility. You know where Hayabusa can and cannot go. It's very limited in what it can do. So the more horizontal space that Solstice can control here, the more difficult it will be for Fu, and we're seeing it right now. Push to the corner again. Will get a burst back. That is the one major weakness of Bramblefall. She creates a ton of burst, and we see it right there. Fu's like, get me out of this corner, get me out of the mix, let's try and play. Nice chase down with the YRC, and gets the knockdown.
And Fu either has to utilize a lot of the key balls or YRC to really get something started in neutral, just because Hey Hun is a bit of a stubby character besides that bar slash, right? You're going up against Ram with some of the longest reach in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing pokes up close, close ends, 2D. Lots of amazing buttons once Hey Hun is on top of you, but she has to earn that right, has to get in there, and a nice air grab from Solstice puts Fu on the back foot, and now the mix begins. Fu might get a burst back before this is all said and done, but we'll still have to use it wisely if he can escape at all. There it is on deck. Will Solstice bait? Goes immediately into the super for the Guts Crush. One of the best characters in the game at crushing out the last bits of that life bar. And yet again, you said it, undefeatable right now in 2026.
Undefeatable, and looking like they're being undefeatable going on throughout this bracket as well. Only one more game needed to send Fu down to the loser side of the bracket, and Fu is having a difficult time establishing any kind of offense.
Yeah, this is the problem for Hey Hun in this matchup. Hey Hun has to really either spin resources or make an excellent read. Danger time not going to be where you want to be, especially if you lose the exchange. And now, mortal counter, but no follow-up. YRC chase down. All right, I see you, Fu. Nice confirm there, gets the tuner ball Ulti and just takes the corner. I like it, no mix-up, just give me control. Give me a chance to run the game. Throws again, nice block on the 6K, and Solstice dead angles out.
Yep, here we go, set up the sword right above you, just IED right on in, able to find the Daru for the jungle here in the corner into the wall splat.
All right, Karisa going for the palm. This will tank a hit or two. YRC into the tech grab, but Solstice comes out first. Fu has forced the burst, and now Solstice looking to get to set point already with a slight light lead here, but just about any touch should do this. Solstice with a burst, does not use it yet. Tuner ball ulti, nice block on the 5H, but Chuck for the trouble, trying to chip out, not quite enough. Oh, the Tuner ball backs up, gets Fu on the board, and is up 1-0 here in game 2.
Holding my breath for that entire sequence there. Solstice deciding to hold on to the burst though, right? They didn't want to take that opportunity to lose the round and then be down a burst. Saving it for that early momentum.
Yeah, again, we saw it in that first game. Burst economy is incredibly important. Max range 6K into the Shinkins. Knockdown, super tuner ball. How much defense you got? Solstice get gripped, and now the bounce. The ball is gone, but that is a full mix, and we sliding on into those DMs.
The down forward, but here we go. Pressure is on Fu. This is the first time he's had this big of a life lead so far in this set. Solstice with a heroic burst, but you had to use it.
Yeah, burst is gone. The swords are gone. The tuner ball connects, and Fu says, undefeatable, I think not, my friend. 1-1 apiece here at winner's side. Top 8, Combo Breaker 2026. Outstanding adjustments.
I love the player cam there. You can see the focus on Fu's face. This means so much to him right now to be this deep in on the winner's side.
Woo! Bet on the Shinkin, nothing doing. Solstice evading a major counter hit and earns Fu's burst in the process. But, ooh, that was almost a nasty trade. Solstice comes out ahead on it by quite a bit. Going to get the corner, no burst to work with, so we don't have to be burst safe. Maximum damage, and then the remix will start. All right, nice IPs from Fu. Former Potemkin player has those on lock. Gets the knockdown, an immediate blitz, but not close enough for the reject. And the Grandpa Viper connects, and we go straight to the corner.
He has stored the ball. Wow, going away really fast there, but I've been loving that 5H immediately. One hit into the Grandpa Viper when you have meter available for that high-low.
Nice confirm on the jump H in the Hayabusa, but gets clipped, and now Solstice back on the offensive. Empty low connects, burst is not baited, so Fu is out. Solstice says, give me that ground space, I don't want to deal with it. Fu to the corner, swords are down, no real way to contest. Does get rid of one, but the second does not. Jump H does not connect, and Solstice now on set point. I saw the vision, rising jump P, falling jump H, and it just did not reach, and now Solstice once again back in favor and looking to close out this winner's side top 8 match. Nice block on the overhead on Hayabusa. RC to stay safe and start the pressure.
Oh, nice with the arrow throw there off the YRC from the 6H. Now stuck between a rock and a hard place, but Solstice able to weather the storm and escape, but puts themselves into the corner in the process.
He's able to escape there after eating the 5H, but no ball and no RC to really do anything with it. So Solstice has the corner, but not in the way Ram really wants, and the tuner ball forces the retreat. Nice chase down with the jump kick. Very impressive for Fu.
Oh, trying to catch a forward tech there with the 6P, but Solstice smart not to tech forward here. YRC, oh,
ooh, that was a blink right there. A little bit of a standoff, and Solstice absolutely comes out ahead. Earns the corner, and the swords are set. What's the mix? Baits the dead angle, but the burst is not. Fu gets hit back with the JD. Now no resources and has to hold it. The empty low connects. One more mix will be enough. The overhead is there, and Solstice yet again. You see the shake of the head from Fu. I don't know what it's going to take to kill this man in 2026, but we ain't seen it yet.
I have no idea, but when that JD connected in the air, Fu's fate was sealed. Like you mentioned, no resources, only your own hands to block the incoming mix-up. And being that big body, that far-reaching rising JK for the Fuzzy just ended up putting Fu down into the loser side of the bracket.
I can think of few more nightmare situations in Guilty Gear Xrd than being Haehun in the corner against Ramblefall with a whole lot of nothing. Like, you are big, you do not have a reversal, you are gonna have to hold it, and that's real hard against a character that creates that kind of blender. But we see Solstice can bleed. That was not a clean 2-0. That was a back and forth that was inches away from going the other way. So Fu, far from done. We've seen more than a few runbacks in the loser's side from him, but yet again, more business to be attended to, and more of the Xrd new blood, which I love to see as a resident old man of this scene. Pazoo gonna take on Drifter Dane, who has come to remind everyone that Dizzy's cheap.
That's right, Dizzy is cheap. Looks like they might be swapping though, actually. I see them both. They came up, but now they're going back down. So I'm curious if they're going to be running our other loser side.
Yeah, might be swapping rounds.
Yes, they
okay,
are.
we are. All right, we're going to bring
All right.
up the Arm and Crocs and Shocks. All right.
Arm versus Crocs and Socks. So I need you all to know, by the way, that when we were sitting here waiting for this to get started, Crocs was sitting on the setup, as he usually does, doing Leo combo trials to buy his colors. But, you know, he's a man of the people.
Absolutely.
Oh, gracious. He, in fact, did more trials so he could buy everyone else in top 8's colors for
Yeah, we
him.
had all the players coming up and be like, yo, get Ram, yo, get Ryan. It's like, that's what I love to see. A man of the people. He will hit the gritty and he will hit the popularity contest all in one felt swoop. I was actually talking with Crocs before top 8, just kind of seeing how everything was going. And in the meantime, we're watching top 24 Exert and Marble 3's going on. He's watching people pick up off level 3s. He's like, you can do that? I'm like, you sweet summer child. I love you so much, you young man. You're beautiful.
Crocs,
Welcome to fighting games, my friend.
3 years in a row, he's gotten that turkey. 3 years in a row. The combo breaker champion for Guilty Gear Exert Rev 2, fighting to get that 4th title, but this time fighting from the loser side of the bracket. I was just talking to him before. I said, do you got the 4th in you? And he said, I have a job now, so we'll see.
That is the realest thing I have heard from a Guilty Gear player in a hot minute, but I feel it in my bones. Understandable, good sir. But it is Crocs, and let's be real. 4 straight in the Midwest in Guilty Gear, that means a lot. That's big business right there. And if there's one Slayer player that can do it, it is this one right here. Has had legendary moments at this tournament, but no lives to spare this time. It's one and done. You have to win the set. So 2 old school vets at this point in Exert. Crocs and Socks taking on the Arm. Crocs going to draw first blood and earns the burst right out the gate.
Oh, and getting the anti-air under pressure. Crocs has kind of changed the way a lot of new players play Slayer, right? It's a much more hyper-aggressive, unpredictable style of play. Almost a trolling kind of play sometimes, too.
Yeah, I've always said, and Crocs up 1-0 doing what Crocs does, I've always said, Crocs without 50% meter, sane, normal human being, actual Guilty Gear player. As soon as that bar is red, all bets are off, bucko. You better be ready for pile bunker, and if you are not, you will pay dearly.
Well, we better be ready for this mix-up in the corner. The Black Beat combo getting the knockdown, not able to backdash out of it, so spends the burst.
Yeah, very good exchange there for the Arm. Gets a 60% life lead and the burst on top of it. And right now, Crocs has that meter. The best way to let him not spend it is to not let him play the game. And right now, Arm doing that to perfection, running that corner of Ramblefall mix. Gonna Guts Crush with the super with ease. And we are even one round apiece here in game 1.
Really dominating round there from the Arm, a lot different than the one that Crocs won. That's how you know these two are so evenly matched. Great just defense as well.
Yeah, great use of the instant block. Nice backdash into the far S and earns the burst from Crocs right out the gate, but gets caught on the falling JK, and now into the corner. We get fit. Ops to burst, doesn't want to deal with that, and now minimal resources for the Arm, but getting those key hits. RC to continue the combo. Very nice pickup. Black Beat don't matter, but the tech into buttons and Croc back on the offensive.
Oh, trying to go for that 2K, but gets the anti-air 5P. Yep, JD now going for under pressure. It's late 60. That's game 1 for Crocs.
That under pressure was so late and so meaty. I was like, is that gonna whiff? Like, that is timing upon timing, which you would expect. My man's is, what are we looking at? All right, what are we looking at? Share with the class, Crocs.
Zoom in on this?
Can we get a zoom? What are we doing here? You have my attention. My brother in Christ. It's his pill planner. It's his pill planner.
Take your meds, Crocs.
Look, man, I have been married to an RN for 20 years. Respect. Old men rise up. We know when it's time for meds. It be like that. We are on concrete floors.
Got my meds right here, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. Old men Guilty Gear doing what we do best. God bless.
All right, in the corner there for the knockdown. Yeah, gonna just crosswise heel right back into your face. Unfortunately, gets put into the corner for the troubles, but gets tossed right back in.
All right, nice reverse grab. Earns the corner again, so the Arm starting to mix. Nice backdash jump out, but not able to escape. So Crocs opts to burst, gets the confirm just out of range for that JD, but goes up, grips again. Wow, the backdash. Arm moving a lot of money on the backdash, and it's been working so far. Has had a couple of those really pay off on the risk reward, and now gets the Ram corner mix. Wow, Crocs bets it all, and it is not going to hit the table. Arn says, I don't want none of that. You spent 100% to get a whole lot of nothing, and this is my round.
Honestly, Shockey went for the upward dandy. I figured that was a situation where you go for dead on time, right?
Yeah,
Man was just too far away for upward dandy to even be a factor.
Yeah, might have been looking for some kind of instant JV or some kind of instant overhead, catch him sleeping, but nothing doing. Arm playing patient, gets gripped out of it. But Crocs, pretty hard to deter this man, even when you get a nice, easy, clean round. And right back, oh, there it is again, the meaty under pressure, and says, hey, I remember dead on time exists. Thank you, commentator, I appreciate it.
Yeah, speaking of easy, clean rounds, that was an easy, clean round there for Crocs, now sitting at set point.
Yeah, absolutely. Arm down to the last legs. Needs to make this one count. The jump H is getting some good mileage here early on. Not able to earn the corner just yet, but the crouching edge going to be big damage into a full confirm. Crocs holding the burst, not wanting it to get baited here. Gets hit again. When will the burst come? Gotta throw it out here sooner or later. Never mind, just 10 buttons.
Yeah, but get scooped out of the skies this time. You're not going to ride the magic carpet forever. To the RC, tries to just land into that 2P, 5P anti-air, one of the best in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Crocs back in control, but under pressure, hits again clean. Finally, the arm blocks, opts to dead angle for a little space. Nice bait on the 6P, does not get punished, but not able to confirm anything off of it. And now trying to push the corner. Nice BGC air dash in for Crocs, trying to close this out. You said it. There.
Oh, the downward dandy.
Correct hit, Dandy. Even Crocs is like, eee, that was gonna hurt, Bucko.
And this is what I'm talking about. Crocs plays in such an unorthodox way where the fundamentals are there, but when he feels confident, he's willing to take those massive swings, those massive risks, kind of troll plays. But Slayer benefits that play style.
Very read-heavy character, and Crocs thrives on reads, and he says, I bet you pushed a button here. Absolutely correct, and you do not want to get counter-hit by direct hit Dandy. That is a bad time for everyone. I love the dichotomy here. We had Fu and Solstice in this very calculated, neutral-oriented, picking our spots, and then these two are just like, brother, this is a heavyweight title fight. I am swanging.
We got Mike Tyson up against Holyfield there.
Literally
taking a bite out of his ear too, right?
Absolutely. So Crocs in line still has a chance at that 4P, but we have more business to attend. Up next, we have the New Blood, as mentioned. Bazoo taking on Drifter Dane. Dane having become one of the elite North American Dizzies, and Bazoo has become one of the best Venoms you will see. And Venom is a scary character in X-Men.
Scary indeed. Great matchups across the board. Struggles in maybe a couple of them where it's characters who are super rush down heavy and can get through his ball, you know, his entire movement tutorial that he sets up. But he's not just a zoner. He is a rushdown set play character in his own right, having great mix-ups once he gets that 2K, 2D and sets up the ball.
Absolutely. I've said it for years. Venom is not only the most incredibly awesome fighting game character design of all time. You took Billiards and you made it sick as hell, but he's also the most valuable fighting game character I've ever played. You want to play the zoning game? You got it. You want to transition to a strike throw rushdown game? We got that. You want the most ignorant 6P to ever 6P in history? Oh, we got it.
And 6P is going to be very useful in this matchup too against Dizzy. All the tech out.
All right, Dane gets the 2D. No confirm there on the fire spike. Doesn't combo even on the counter hit, but right now just content to try and control space. Use that Dizzy momentum, but there it is. The 6P of all time, shutting down the air approach. And right now, Bazoo content to play the mid-range game, which I think is very smart in this matchup.
Just trying to run away a little bit here is Drifter Dane. Maybe create some space to send out some Firefish and Icefish, because those are really good tools to kind of shut down the balls if Venom wants to try and summon them at long range.
Nice wires the Stinger aim. Even if you don't get the round, you've got the burst, and that's big. But Dane gets the crossover, isn't able to combo. So now Bazoo running the corner. Whoa! Pulls out the jump out with the blitz, and wall sticks for the first round here in our loser's side match. And Bazoo up 1-0.
Honestly, shocking to see Blitz just used aggressively like that and not on a stun, right?
Yeah, don't see that very often. Either a call out or a missed input that worked out, but either way, it's a round in Bazoo's favor. But Drifter Dane going up, getting the air grab, and gonna set. You see immediately trying to counter the balls, and the throw will negate all of it. Now Pazoo with the corner and starts the minimum pressure.
And that fully charged Stinger, so difficult to deal with in the 2D trading.
And Dane opts for a blitz too far away for the reject, and now is going to have to hold an entire Dark Angel.
Two of them! Don't let them touch.
So much chip damage. One of the most unique aspects of Venom and Exert. One of the very few characters that chip damage is a win condition. But Dane not done yet. The empty air dash into the grab, and now the Dizzy mix begins. The overhead connects. Pazoo does have a burst available, but needs to be very careful about when it's spent. The Stinger aim to try and trade. Does trade, but doesn't escape the corner. Cross under. Little bit of a scramble here. Pazoo with the RC6P comes out ahead. Not quite enough to close out.
Fortunate drop in Drifter Dane, trying to create some space. The whip on the 2S and the 2D there from Pazoo. Gonna close out game number 1. 2S was an interesting button to press there. I wonder if they thought that they were gonna go airborne.
Maybe expecting like a TK Mad struggle, maybe an instant air dash into a crossover JK.
Doesn't really have a horizontal hit.
Yeah, if you are directly above it, it's the god. If you are anywhere else, it is a whiff normal, and that's not great. So a little bit of a bet there from Dane that does not work out, but immediately back on the horse, already has the burst and throws back into the corner, and this is looking an awful lot like one of those Dizzy rounds.
And that burst was almost terrible there for Drifter Dane. It ended up sending them back into the corner, but now their back is up against the ropes once again, having to deal with this pressure from Venom. Dash up 2D.
Whoa, the YRC Stinger ain't gonna connect. Dane finally opts to burst, says, I gotta get out of this corner. A challenging thing for Dizzy to do in this matchup. Nice low air grab on the air dash from Pazoo. And now the corner mix begins. Wow, just eats the ball, meaty, and is gonna pay dearly for it. And the reset after the tech. And Pazoo, just like that, you saw both players nodding a little bit like, that was a little slops, but it's a win, and Pazoo on set point.
And teching against Venom is so difficult when you're in the corner, right? He can just cover all the tech options with his different balls, and you're right back into the corner once again, is what I would say, but Drifter Dane trying to escape with that burst.
Yeah, has to use the burst to get some wiggle room, but now back on the offensive, trying to keep this set alive. But again, Stinger Aim YRC doing so much work for Pazoo. Woo! The reversal mirror actually hits. Every Dizzy player will tell you that's a miracle in and of itself, but nonetheless, Pazoo keeps the offense running. Multiple balls. Wow, empty teleport into nothing. I appreciate the respect.
Here we go. This is a match opportunity now for Drifter Dane. A little bit of an air shimmy there with the back dash. Staying alive for another round, but you're not out of the woods yet. Pazoo still sitting on set point and has a full burst gauge to his name.
Yeah, I like the patience there from Drifter Dane, backing up, daring Pazoo to hit something, and then the counter hit bubble closes out. But as you said, my friend, work to be done. Lots of use of the poke lanes here, 2S, 5S, 5K from Dizzy, trying to earn that neutral space. The anti-air 2S connects. No knockdown, which is one of Dizzy's notable weaknesses at high heights. It is very hard to get that knockdown. Bubble also not able to do it, but Dane has accidentally cornered himself and now is going to have to deal with Pazoo. Once again, able to escape, and we go back to neutral.
And now there's the dash in 2K, 2D, gonna get staggered by the Firefish, spends the burst to stay aggressive. And I like that Drifter Dane is still playing this runaway game, accidentally getting just a random 5D.
Yeah, I appreciate what Dane's trying to do here, daring Pazoo to overextend range. The gold burst doesn't connect, and now Dane with no resources, Dizzy with no reversal options. What do you do? Gonna have to FD to negate the chip, and it's gonna run out of meter. And again, the blitz on the jump call out. Pazoo with these hard reads, and they both connect when it matters. Moving on, and Drifter Dane will drop out in 7th place. I have never seen blitz used as an anti-jump, but I might have to reconsider the option.
I know, I'm seeing it in a whole new light. To me, it is always just a defensive tool to try and win your turn back, or if you stun your opponent, you do it in order to kill them and take a little bit of their burst. But the way that Pazoo was just utilizing it as a anti-jump option in the corner was so, that's super inspiring.
It tells me there's blabbing done, because you're already Venom. You have the best anti-air in Guilty Gear history. You just hit 6P. Even if it whiffs, do you care? Not really. Like, it recovers so fast. So to be doing that with Blitz tells me there's something that he noticed in Dane's attempts to escape the corner and says, this will catch you, and even if it doesn't, I'm in no danger. This is completely safe. It is a whiff-free option. Worked out really well, and Pazoo going to move on.
You know what else it tells me? It tells me that even 11 years into this game's lifespan, there is still more to dig into.
Always.
It is a bottomless well of just different ways to engage with the systems and engage with the characters. And now we're going to be engaging with another loser side match here. Cade versus Crocs in socks.
Yeah, no, this is going to be big business right here. Once again, we have a big old swanging matchup. We saw it our very first matchup, Leo versus Slayer. And again, that horizontal space is the key. You have to be able to control the ground game. Whoever does not does it at their own peril. And this is another one of those. Leo sometimes can get away with being a little belligerent, has big buttons, has big counter hits. Do you want to be belligerent against Crocs? Because I particularly don't.
No, no, no. Crocs is the king of belligerency. Oh, actually, the crosswise heel not baiting out the burst there, but the Lemon Pepper Stepper is going to get the pickup this time with the JD. No, doesn't go for the JD knockdown.
Yeah, either way, still an incredible start. You've got a 60% life lead, earn the burst, and now have a full stick of tension to play with on the gold burst, and already you're seeing the pile bunkers come out, as we would expect. But Cade gets the throw, earns the knockdown into the overhead, and now the mix begins. That was a boatload of damage. Bucko baits the dead angle, but no punish, and the second dead angle connects. Nice RC on the flash kick to stay safe, and the JK gets in, holding down the fort, but now Crocs back on the offensive.
Oh, the teleport to the other side there too, mashing out the 6Ps, just trying to find that counter, but instead eats a fireball.
All right, Fares connects, we get the knockdown, not quite enough to close out the round. Nice BDC jump out for Crocs, stalling out with the jumping 2K. Oh, the flash kick. Are we playing Strive in 1.0? Doesn't matter, because Cade says, I've got a poke, and it's good enough for a first round win here in game one.
I gotta say, I feel for Cade being sent to the Slayer army here in top 8 back-to-back Slayer matchups, and the Inslee baits the burst, actually saved by the backward hitting pile bunker. That would have been so much worse for them.
Incredibly lucky that pile bunker was so deep it went the wrong way. And again with the direct dandy, Crocs betting it and not getting paid out. Now loses a bunch of meter, and Cade has the corner and a lot of resources to play with, but an escape from Crocs, and now this corner is mine, friend.
Oh, trying to reset there with the 5D, but Cade has seen that one before. Mash on the 2P, now in the driver's seat here. IAD on in, multiple overheads. Crocs getting caught though by that 5K.
Nice stagger pressure. They're going to be able to close it out. And Cade, learning lessons from that first set, takes the first game here against Crocs. And now Crocs on the back foot. That 4P looking a little dicey. Does he have it in him to run back as we go into game 2?
And there's the throw. Stays same side, just tries to go for the walk-up close slash, but gets that counter hit. Pile bunker.
Bold fire bunkle with no meter to back it up, and it connects, but Cade unfazed gets back in. Nice 5K to hold down the neutral, and a bit of a trader. You'll take that as Crocs. 6P connects, but no counter hit, so no big cash out there.
Oh,
that hit!
No!
Wow, that's old school Guilty Gear right there. You saw a flinch, dead on time, does not care. It says, give me that life bar. Crocs on 1-0 here in game.
I thought for a second that was burst dead on time. I was like, you did not need to do that, but it was just regular old dead on time. This time we're gonna spend the burst for the gold version, get 100 tension instantly.
Yeah, very lucky there. Crocs stuck the P out. Barely didn't trigger the Leo shield, and now is in there with a whole lot of meter. Absolutely gonna YRC crosswise heel, stay in. Burst is not baited, so Cade with a little room to operate and earns the dead angle. So Crocs with no meter to play with, that's a big W if you're Cade right now.
Yeah, trying to jump out of this pressure. I like the attempt at the Mappa hunch.
Yeah, a very interesting response to the crossover, and it does get Crocs out of the pressure. Nice backdash out of under pressure.
What? A taste of your own medicine, Crocs. How do you like that? dash through super.
Cade said, nah, we ain't doing this, Bucko. I know you pushed that button. And now Cade on set point for our three-time defending champion here at Combo Breaker. Stands dancing around, getting another poke. But the throw, Crocs back on the offensive. Little bit of a light lead to work in. Pretty easy burst economy. Nice walk on the 5D reset though, and now Crocs going in. RC's for the pull confirmed. Should get to the corner here. And what's the mix? Nice block on the overhead 6K. Wow, a lot of respect shown there for the flash kick as Crocs disengages. But going back in, nice bait of the 5K. Beautiful neutral there. And Crocs says, what do you mean that 4-Pete's in jeopardy? What are you talking about, commentator? You're crazy.
Still in this year, taking it all the way to a game 3, but this is it. One of these players is gonna have to be eliminated right here. Trying to go for the pile booker around start.
Now it's a question of how long before Crocs just says, I'm shipping it and I dare you to say it.
What? Oh, that was a behind the back 6P.
6P doing work as it does. Again, horizontal space, one of the best at controlling it. And Crocs gets the counter hit into the pile bunker. This won't be enough on its own, but one more mix. Fakes the unblockable and Cade does not bite. Nice challenge on the crouching punch, and now Cade is out and has the corner for himself.
Crocs was thinking just a little too far ahead there with that undertow fake out. Would have actually hit, but it's gonna get the knockdown here into the Helter Skelter Lemon Pepper Stepper RC.
All right, lots of meters spent to stay safe on both sides. Cade down to the final lane. Burst is not baited. Now we are truly down to one left. Cade connects though.
Yeah, overshot that footloose journey.
Cade gets the grip. What's the mix? We're dancing. Waits out the blitz, and Cade goes on set point here at Combo Breaker 2026. Got Crocs to commit and takes advantage.
Here we go, 2K2D trying once again to bait out the flash kick. I think Crocs is trying just a little too hard to bait out these reversals.
Yeah, a little bit of extra reversal thirst there, and it's not paid off. But right back into the bite loop, and Cade says, no, we're done with that. I have a reversal, friend. Nice block on the ring. The clash and the burst is baited by the armor on the stand S. And now Cade into the corner, but this time direct hit dandy connects, and Crocs is out. Flash kick in return. We're gonna try and close it out, not quite enough, and too far for the combo.
Missed the 6H, and now Crocs right back on top once again. Cade has access to burst, but the throw, not gonna be able to OTG, and the 6P connects. Final game, final round. Crocs is going to this with no burst on deck. Cade just getting it there right at the end.
Father, we're only in losers quarterfinals. You can't be doing this to us. These two going back and forth, swinging like their characters want to swing. And right now, Cade with the advantage has a major burst advantage, and the quarter, our three-time defending champion on the ropes right now, manages to escape with the footloose journey, and the crossover connects.
Trying to go for a reset there, gonna get caught. No RC?
No RC, saw the burst was coming back, which Crocs now have to be aware. Burst dead on time is a real thing, but the low connects. Cade finally ends the reign, and there will be no 4P here at Combo Breaker this year. I'm sweating, and we are barely in the top 8. You can't be doing it to this meet, kids. My goodness.
I think that means that, correct me if I'm wrong, we might be crowning a new Combo Breaker champion.
We will. What a back and forth the big bets made. So many attempts at baiting. I love that these two players both go, we're both belligerent. We're both going to swing, so I'm going to extra not swing, and then nothing happens. Like, guys, you're running off script. What are you doing?
I understand why Crocs would want to just bait the flash kick so much, because if you bait one flash kick,
you're dead.
You win, right? But it's crazy too, because they were trying to bait it so often, but once they decide, okay, that's enough, it's not working, and they started actually trying to go for any kind of mix-up, that's when Cade let it rip and said, I'm just going to flash kick everything now.
The thing I really loved about that was you saw so many times like a 6P that hits crosswise, a pile bunker that hits cross up. That's when you know both players understand the exact ranges they need to be to maximize their play. And sometimes that's all it is, the tiniest margin of something not hitting clean the way you expect it to. Incredible back and forth. And let's not downplay it. 3 times Midwest major Guilty Gear champion, that does not happen by accident. Crocs will be back. We all know Crocs ain't going.
It's not the only game he's playing too, right? Obviously, like you said, he has a new full-time job. He's still playing Xrd, and he was performing really well in the 2XKO bracket.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be really consistent in multiple games, but Crocs is here, still performing and putting on a great show. So now the real story is, can anyone stop Solstice?
That is the order of the day at this point. So we will continue on here in loser side. Fu taking on Pazu. This is a very interesting matchup for Haehyun, where if Haehyun ever gets control, Venom doesn't have a lot to do about it. No real good reversal options, has to rely on system mechanics, but getting there is a challenge, and the 5D to negate the projectile, a great start for Fu and has already earned the burst, but immediately back into the mix.
You are right that getting there is a challenge, but we got to remember Fu has had many matches against some of the best Venom players in the entire world, including the likes of Ryan Hunter and Peppery Splash.
Absolutely. No, played many of the best to ever do it, and this is going to be a tough look. 5H with no meter connect, but does just set the precedent. Shows you I will throw this overhead. Delay jump H gets the knockdown, and now Pazu can start the Venom pressure. Re-air dashes, and the tech. What a tech by Fu, and gonna confirm into the clap. We go round the world into the Shishinkin, and max damage on that confirm.
And putting you right into the mix-up again. Tried to pull back the heavy ball to cover the Grandpa Viper recovery. It was just too far away, and Pazu gonna try and capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, the stutter step does look for it, but the air grab is tech. Wow, YRC on the Hayabusa to stay safe. Both players utilizing all the meter. As I say it, Pazu spins what's left and gets our first round here in the first game.
Straight to the next one here. Whoa, trying to go for some sweet chin music. Off the bat. Trying to tune up the band.
Absolutely. Shinkin is one of those. It's worth throwing out. The risk reward is so high in Haehyun's favor that you've got to be prepared for it. Fu not afraid to flash it out. Gets the ground. All right. Start the tuner ball Oki. Wow. Waits out the burst. The far S confirm into the clap. Go around the world. Shishinkin one more time. No red Shishinkin. So Pazu able to tech and now gets the corner back. But the big body of Haehyun prevents the hard knockdown. And now Shinkin into the drop. One more mix here. Good patience from Pazu, but gets gripped at the end, and we are even one round apiece in game one.
The strike throw mix-up of Haehyun is very, very underrated, especially the way they can just pull you in.
Yeah, you have to hold it. You don't want to hit a button because at any time you could just eat the back ball of the tuner pulling in. So, Fu using that to perfection. Now daring Pazu to do anything, jumping out, and finally just waits and throws. Fu will take that. Getting out of the corner, you will take a single air throw for that.
Now chasing down with the ball, trying to cover some ground. There's the 2D coming out once again. One of the god normals that Venom has. An incredible throw, too.
Yeah, nice patience there from Pazu. Does get caught, not able to get over the heavy tuner ball entirely, but it is negated now, and Pazu right back in. That's a good beat right there. Got Fu to spend 50% meter, and now Pazu can start the mix. Got to be cognizant. Nice use of the F Shiki right there. Gets the knockdown. Fu does have meter. Dead angles, and it is baited into the far S. And Pazu goes up 1-0 in this loser side set.
Pazu looking unbothered here, completely confident, and they're playing confident as well. Just seem to have a read on how Fu wants to approach in neutral.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of this matchup, is that Haehyun has to commit a little bit harder to going in than Venom does. Has to be a little bit more direct about it. And if it's red, it can be a real problem. Goes for the party crasher into the RC to stay safe. Nice block on the 6K. That is a good false positive animation that looks a lot like her 5H. So right now, Pazu just says, I'm holding the middle, stalking these poke lanes, and now just gonna close it out with the burst save. Perfect. And just like that, Pazu on set point.
It's a really similar issue against Solstice that we saw with Fu, right? Where you either have to spend meter to get in, or you have to find the comfortable range to summon a heavy ball to push through. The difference here being is that Pazoo could just send the balls in different angles that don't have to worry about the heavy tuner ball.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have to spend meter just to play the base game against one of the characters that generates the most meter in the game by just doing what they want to do, that's a tall ask. But Fu knows what it takes. Went for a reset, nothing doing so. 5H connects, but Pazoo not able to escape the corner just yet. Does dodge out of the Grandpa Viper, but gets hit by the Party Crasher. And the counter hit confirmed into the clap. Gonna go up, goes for the Shinken, gets the red Shinken into the knockout, delays the mix-up. Nice defense, but the anti-throw is not good. Blitz does not save, and Fu trying to close it out, but gets hit by the option select.
Fu flinched in real life from that hit too, but the 2P press, one of the best just get off me pokes in the game as well.
If you don't know what to do as Heiyun, hit 2B. It will solve so many of your problems, and Jam players will curse you till the end of time. Hi, Irene.
Oh no, the counter hit there on the Q5, sending Fu flying back.
Yeah, Fu looking for those space operate. You'll take that trade. That gets Venom on the ground. That's a win for Heiyun in this case. Gets Fu out of the corner, and now the mix starts. Right now, Pazoo has not bit once on that 6K. Very impressive defense. See the flashing of FD kind of option selecting versus 5H against 6K, and it's worked out. And now Pazoo gets the corner. Fu forced to burst on the back foot here. Now Pazoo looking to close out this set. Fu trying to be patient, look for the room. YRC the air Hayabusa, nowhere to go. The carcass rights covering the high ground, and Pazoo back in, not quite able to close out.
So close to see them find that last touch. A mad struggle here for Fu to get out, but the bar/poke is gonna be enough to do it. And Fu is sadly eliminated here.
Yeah, borderline checkmate situation there. When you have no meter as Heiyun, you're at a range where you don't have a single button that can truly contest those kind of Venom normals, and any chip is gonna do the deed. Very good patience by Pazoo, and going to move on. Fu will drop out, but believe it or not, friends, we are just getting started.
Just getting started. We are about to be throwing it to our top 4 action here for Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, and we will be jumping into that right after a short break, so make sure not to go anywhere.
Hey, didn't see you there. Combo Breaker 2026 will return in just a moment.
Friends, welcome back to Combo Breaker 2026 live here in Illinois. My name is Clage. I am here with King Jobber, and we have more Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 business to attend to right here in the middle of top 8, and we have quite the bracket going on. Up top, we are getting ready for our winners final. The New Blood Scud coming in with the Slayer, taking on the man who has dominated Xrd in 2026, Solstice himself. On the downside, we will have Pazoo taking on Cade for the right to get back to that grand final. But it is time to see our defending Frosty Faustings and constant 2026 and Thorn at everyone's side, Solstice, continue the mayhem.
Absolutely. Solstice did take a little bit of a break from fighting games. They cut their hair, they showed back up, and it's been non-stop since then. Just getting better and better. And all the stories that we had going into tonight, they've all fallen down, but the only one still remaining is who the hell can stop Solstice? And the question is it going to be Scud?
We're going to find out here very quickly. Also want to highlight this event, 50 more entrants than last year. Xrd is absolutely alive and well, as it should be, here in the Midwest and all over. This game is not going anywhere. The joy of rollback in this game has elevated the level of play to places I literally did not think it could go.
It's fantastic, and I mean, I have to give props to Arc System Works and of course to the community as well. Arc System Works for putting rollback in the old games and still supporting the community. We have 3 generations of Guilty Gear that are main titles here at Combo Breaker and are main titles at a lot of majors as well, because they get the entrance, because there is a Guilty Gear for every single single person, no matter your taste. Whether you want the really old school style of Plus R, the new age style of Strive, or the nice, what I consider to be the perfect in-between of Exerd Rev 2, there is a Guilty Gear for you.
And we're at Combo Breaker, Jumpin' Mystery. You might end up playing Dust Strikers,
That's
Isuka,
true.
Guilty Gear 1 on the PS1. If you think you've seen a degenerate fighting it, no, you haven't. You don't know what you're talking about, trust me. But nonetheless, it is a big deal. This is the first time that all 3 Guilty Gear series have been mainline titles here at Combo Breaker. Had our very first official Plus R trophy handed out at Combo Breaker last night. Was very privileged to get to watch that top 8. It's so cool. If you have only been watching Guilty Gear recently, if you came in with Strive or maybe the end of Exerd or Exerd Rollback, there is no amount of words that can overstate how important Midwest and Guilty Gear are. It is a history of this game, and it's a history in North America. The cool part about Guilty Gear, killers all over, but in these unique tiny pockets spread all across the country. Alabama, Texas, the Midwest, Florida, all over the place. You would go to a regional and you would be like, why did I get quadruple perfect by this person I have never heard of? Because that's how this game works. People play and they get nasty.
They get nasty indeed, and they've had 11 years of this game to do it, right? Almost 12 years now. Releasing all the way back in 2014, Exerd Sign, now in Rev 2 with Rollback, with people who have, honestly, like, there's people who have been playing Guilty Gear in general longer than some of the people who have been alive that are now playing Exerd and are very good at it.
My first Guilty Gear tournament was 2003. We call it the Dark Ages. The internet wasn't even really the internet yet, if you couldn't believe it. Social media didn't exist. It was beautiful. I'm old. What do you want from me? Nonetheless, we are on your... I saw Arc Sys themselves tweet out the anniversary of the reveal trailer, which, for my salt, greatest fighting game reveal trailer of all time. The moment Sol and Kai have those swords clash and you see the 3D spin, all of us collectively lost our goddamn minds immediately. And that's why we are still playing this game to this day, because it is that good, it is that supported, and it's not just by Arc Sys themselves. This is a community-run game.
Yes.
We have, if you want to play in a tournament, just look, there's one going on almost every single day online, and if there's any live event going, a regional, a local, a major, Exerd's there.
Exerd is there, and our players are here on the stage as well, ready to fight it out on the winner's side of top 8. We are officially in our top 4 now. It is going to be the undefeated Solstice up against Scud, who has made an absolute name for themselves with this bracket run and the types of names that they have taken out in the process. And they could really launch themselves into the stratosphere if they could take down Solstice.
Absolutely. If she is able to make the man bleed, who appears to have no blood left in his system in 2026, it will indeed be a massive shakeup in the Exerd scene. But that is not going to be easy to do, especially not in this particular matchup. This is an area where Ramblefall quite good at actually saying, no, this horizontal space belongs to me. You got to fight for it.
Also really good at preventing Slayer from just backdashing out of the corner, right? That backdash jump can lock that down real quickly. But right now, Scud, she's the one locking down Solstice with this pressure.
Kind of raw aggression here, just kind of swinging nonstop, and it's working out to perfection so far. Has not taken it immediately. Kills the sword, and Solstice finally able to bait out an attempted sword bait, but a rare drop from our defending champion of Frosty Fauci, and it is going to cost dearly. Nice little reset there to close out the last bit of the life bar.
Didn't even need to do that. I think a Powbucker would have just killed, but you know what? We just went for it.
Message, something to think about. And I like that. Against a player of Solstice caliber, that's something he will remember going forward. Could matter, but Solstice doing what he does so well has put Scud in the corner, and the Ram Blender is online. Good luck blocking, Baco. I'm watching from the rafters, and I still can't see which way it is.
You're dead here. You're dead here. We're going to set up the super.
Yep, just going to try and chip out, force the use of tension. Even if you FD all of that, you're completely out of tension, not escaping the corner. That is Solstice knowing the resource war is in his favor, and we are tied 1 round apiece in game 1.
Get that little 5K string actually catching with a fireball in that arc. Nice JD. Oh, weird. trying to go for the IDJS there.
Yeah, a little bit of respect for both players there. Like a bit of a go in and then maybe not. Really appreciate that both these players understand that any counter hit could mean the difference in a round right now. So trying to pick their spots. No punish on the pile bunker, so that's a big win for Scud in that. But into the corner, nice challenge with the 2K and able to escape out of the corner briefly, but now steals the corner on the cross under.
Oh, there's the burst out, and you can see too how Scud is systematically shutting down those swords too. It's a lot of jump back JP whenever Solstice tries to set one. But the rising JK is going to be the button that gets Scud game number 1. Remember, this is winners final, so it is going to be a 3 out of 5 extended set.
Absolutely. Scud with a little nod there, knows she's on it right now. And we saw this in the first set with Solstice. Dropped again, and we're like, oh, maybe you do bleed. But like you said, a race to 3 is a lot longer than a race to 2, believe it or not. And it will take much more than a single game to get Solstice off this pedestal. Right now, a nice start, shutting down the neutral, but now pile bunkered into the corner, and Scud starting the offense.
Yeah, harassing with that 6H there too at the end of the string. This time just staggering and going for that bar slash. Able to put Solstice right back into the corner with the knockdown. Oh, but doesn't bait out the reversal super.
Yeah, Solstice noting the over-aggression on Scud and opts for a reversal super. It does connect, but doesn't escape the corner. Finally able to get out with use of YRC, but that's a lot of meter used and a lot of negative tension pulls. So Solstice is going to have to fight real hard to maintain control here.
No question, is Scud willing to spend the burst? They have a lot of tension. This is a round they could win. Opts not to do it. Hold on to it for the next round. I wouldn't have blamed them at all, right? Over 50 tension, you had the ability to just find that last straight hit.
Yeah, I appreciate the restraint. Knows that Solstice is going to be looking for it. At the end there, saw the 5 Ps and goes, all right, you got me. Let's move on to the 3rd round. I don't want to go into this with no burst, but already has had to burn that burst, and now Solstice in a pretty dominating resource position. Has burst, spins the RC to maintain pressure. This time the pile bunker is punished, and now Solstice going to take us coast to coast. Has the corner knocked out. No burst, minimal meter, and Scud in a very difficult position. Gets hit by the low. Solstice not going to build meter due to that negative tension pulse, so can't just gush crush quite yet.
Burst is backed up for Scud, but it's not gonna matter. Getting caught by the 5P Solstice, tying things up 1 apiece. And the funny part is that they're talking to each other while they're playing.
Absolutely. That's so wild to me as someone who can barely get on a stage without shaking the stick out of my lap. Just having fun, and that's what this is about. These two are fighting for their lives, but they're doing something they love, and that's what's so beautiful about fighting games. As we move into game 2, and the harassment with Far S connects, earns the burst out of Scud, but the corner is gotten briefly, but a nice escape from Solstice. The RC going to continue the combo and take the corner.
Yeah, now no resources here to escape. You're stuck in another devastating position. Oh God.
Ram Blender is called a blender for a reason. There is no escape, and Scud turned into the smoothie as Solstice takes the first lead in this set, 1-0 in game 3.
Y'all can't see it too, but Solstice is just all smiles. Scud has now gotten to the point where it's straight face, it's focused. Solstice still just having a good time.
I mean, when you just keep winning, how can you not be having a good time? The world is your oyster, and the corner is your mix-up haven. Already earns the burst from Scud again. So once again, an even life total, but the resources favor Solstice. Nice walk under to steal the corner on the counter hit 2H, and now the blender begins once more. Tries to PDC jump out. That is not going to work here. And Solstice trying to close this out, take the 2-1 lead in winners finals. The empty low is good, and just like that, the undefeatable looking to stay just as such.
It's so smart too from Solstice, recognizing the amount of meter that Scud was sitting on. So all that pressure was just outside of dead angle range, right? To make sure that you could bait that out if needed. Sometimes it's a little risky, but Slayer can forward dash out of the corner. You're taking a big risk there, right? But if Solstice, he's gonna leave those gaps, leave that range, it might be something to consider.
Yeah, no, very smart use, and it's just that situational awareness. And on top of it, the momentum right now, Solstice has it. Scud trying to earn it back. She gets a few nickels and dimes here, but gets gold bursted, and now Solstice with a lot of meter to play with, gets the chase down. Black Beat combo still earns the corner when it's all said and done. And now Scud stuck in the blender once more. Solstice with a lot of meter to work with. Gonna go for the Guts Crush. Will it be enough? It will! And Solstice on the verge, set point here. Winners Finals Combo Breaker 2026.
Yeah, it just looks like Scud has been losing sight of how to get into this matchup. But this is your chance. This is Slayer time. But no, lands into the 5P.
Yeah, Ops the Bird's gonna try and get one clean hit out of this danger time. Gets the 5P into the reset. Big damage because of the mortal counter. And so Scud with a nice life lead gets full Solstice to use a dead angle for some breathing room, but immediately back in with the Mappa Hunch, and now Scud has the corner, but challenged immediately.
And that was a beautiful just event there on the K Mappa Hunch. You have to have those on deck. And now getting the Dust Loop in Dust We Trust.
Yep, Solstice not quite able to build the 50%, so can't close out yet, but now has it, should have enough, no way, cannot burst the super, and the Guts Crush is clean. And yet again in 2026, if you want a trophy, not only will you have to beat Solstice 3 times, you gotta do it 6.
That
good luck everybody else.
I mean, this is a guy who took down Ray the Warrior, by the way.
I've watched it live in living color, and I still had a hard time believing it.
One of the best Guilty Gear Extra players on the planet.
Literally one of the greatest runs in Extra I've ever seen. Ray coming into Faustings, having multiple of the most off-the-chain grand finals I have ever personally witnessed, let alone got the luxury to commentate. And now Solstice is like, man, that'd be fun if I went on a run like that myself, and it's just kind of doing it.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. I don't know if there's anyone left who can take down Solstice. We were talking before that, you know, the best bet might have been Crocs, and then obviously Scud performing incredibly well, but Solstice just seems to have everyone's number here.
That first game, we saw Scud hyper-aggressive. Just like, I'm going to get on top of you, and I'm going to make you figure it out. The problem is, for a player like Solstice, you can catch someone off guard. You can feel like, damn, you're really aggressive. Like, you are going for it, but you're going to have to add that next layer. You cannot one and done a player like Solstice. You have to have those adjustments on deck. We'll see what Scud will have ready if she can get back to Grand Finals, but we have business to attend to on the lower side of the bracket. We have Pazoo taking on Cade, Venom versus Leo. This is an interesting matchup because everywhere Leo wants to go, there's one of those Venom buttons that's just like, nah,
it just stops too short. And obviously, Cade is fighting to get a run back too, right? Against Scud in Losers Finals.
100%, so this will be very interesting. Pazoo seems to only get stronger as these sets goes on, makes really good adjustments throughout the run. We'll see what we have on deck here. Nice back and forth, nice challenge there with the far S, but not able to escape the corner yet. And the 2D does get Cade on the offensive as she starts working towards building that guard gauge. But now Pazoo has escaped. It's not over yet.
All right, setting up the Dark Angel just to lock you down, give you your meter or your life. So much chip damage and so much meter taken in the process.
Yeah, didn't get the kill there, but such an exchange of resources that benefits Venom so much. Blitz the unblockable. Beautiful read there by Pazoo, and up 1-0 here in game one.
What's crazier is Pazoo just like a master with blitz.
It's really good. It's not like Pazoo is flashing blitz constantly. No, not a well that they're going to. It's, oh, you're going to be predictable? Cool, I have an answer for that.
Every time they've done blitz, it's worked out beautifully and won them the round.
Absolutely. Cade finally able to sneak a flash kick through and does get a challenge here. Earns the corner. Needs to make this count as much as possible. But immediately Pazoo with the jump out Just blocks with the face though, has to burn the burst to try and maintain some advantage. Wow, Cade spending all the cash to stay aggressive and gets the run-up option select grab. And now Pazoo, nice challenge, but not able to escape. We do it again.
Set fireball right on top of you, smother you in the corner, and Cade gonna be able to take around here, tying things up. Both of them pretty even on burst as well, but Cade should probably get it back first considering how much Venom actually builds his opponent's burst, kind of similar to Rain.
Absolutely. So no punish on the H. Mad struggles. So we go back to neutral here. Pazoo getting in. Delayed Mad struggle. This time connects. And it's Venom, so you already got 50%. Why wouldn't you? You're playing Venom. That's how it works. Just holding down old school Venom mix-up. When will I carcass right? Do you know how to jump out? Danger time on deck. And immediately the mortal counter connects. This is not quite enough. But we're going to go into Dark Angel. Dare you to deal with this. Have to use the FD. The chip damage is real. And Cade forced to burst with minimal meter. Massive life lead for Pazoo. Trying to close it out. And there they are. 7 golden letters. And just like that, Pazoo already up 1-0. Just absolutely going, you can't win this resource board. No, absolutely cannot win this resource board, and that is my avenue to victory.
Pazoo is able to pinpoint your weakness with absolute precision and execute on it. There was the mad struggle, getting the burst out of Cade. Cade finally getting in, unable to score knockdown, but gets the throw this time.
Yeah, those throws have been working out. This time finally gets stripped for the trouble on the other end, but able to escape the corner, that matters. And the option select throw gets a flinch, going to be big damage off the starter. And now back in the other corner. Wow, reaches out and connects the ball. Pazoo trying to send the ball out, but immediately, what composure? Gets hit by the reversal super. It's like, whatever, I'm just going to keep running game. What are you going to do about it? You're in the corner, friend.
Cade is just having such a hard time establishing offense, right? Again, like other characters, we've mentioned it before, Leo has a difficult time against characters with really good long-range tools. Venom, one of the best out there when it comes to that, can play at any range.
I'm impressed. Pazoo has gotten 2 throws during back third stands, which is usually not something you go for because of the nature of how those normals work. They put Leo out of throw range, they have throw vulnerability. Pazoo knows something here and is making it count, and now is working on the verge of closing out this set and punching a ticket to losers finals. Lots of meter to play with. Chased him with double head Morbid. I see you, Pazoo, trying to run it all the way down, using that chip damage, and should be able to close out with Dark Angel. And Pazoo is going to move on to losers finals. Big shout outs for Cade, absolutely incredible run, but going to drop out in 4th here at Combo Breaker 2026.
I cannot remember who sent Pazoo to losers, because the way they're playing is unreal.
I love that Pazoo just said, you're Leo, your tension pulse cannot match mine. I'm going to use this to my advantage. It's what makes Venom so scary in this game. There's all the obvious stuff. 6P, crazy. The pressure is crazy. The ability to transfer from zoning to strike throw, everything. But what really makes Venom truly scary is you will not win the meter war against Venom. You cannot do it. And the worst part is that other characters are like, I'll FD when I need to, but it's mostly for space. With Venom, it's like FD or die.
There are only 2 characters who can possibly challenge Venom in the meter war. That is Johnny and Slayer, just because of their tension pulse, the amount of meter that they actually gain. Slayer is coming on screen right now in the form of Scud, and this is a matchup that can really swing either way. The dashes, while very obvious where Slayer is going to end up, allow you to get through the balls that are set up, and if you can knock down Venom, he has no answer for the kind of stuff that Slayer's going to throw at him.
Yeah, the one weakness Venom has is for all those buttons and how amazing they are. The one thing Venom does not get is heavy active frames. They're very, very short moves with incredible reach, incredible hitboxes, but they're not out there for years. These are not high sweeps out here that you're going to be dealing with. And for a character like Slayer, that is an open invitation to try and dash right into your face, and we see it right out the gate. Scud is in, and I suspect we will see a lot of that aggression again, but Pazoo already ready with the 6P, which is going to be doing a hell of a lot of work in this matchup.
Here we go, Carcass Raid. Another one just trying to keep you locked down. On the flip side here, though, especially in the corner, Venom is so good at covering the backdash. Covering the backdash whenever you get a knockdown against Slayer, it's always important. I just love the RP walk forward.
I like what Kazoo is doing here. Playing at tip far S range. If Venom is at tip far S, 6B will not connect. And if you're not getting counter hit 6B, you're in a good spot right now. But that life lead is still scary. Just out of range for that counter hit command. That was real scary. Nice poke there with 2S trying to close out. Wow, just the raw chip damage. No meter left for Scud. And the ball gets Kazoo on the board. 1-0 in game 1 of Losers Finals.
You notice in so far how defensive Kazoo is playing, right? It's not like we were doing before. We were really moving all over the place. I'm going to be really patient and see how you're going to approach and just try and cut it off.
Yeah, I like this because Kazoo knows that the one way that Venom gets clapped in this matchup is the damage disparity. If Slayer touches you twice, you might be dead. Venom cannot do that regularly to Slayer, on the other hand. So Kazoo picking the spots, being very careful about how aggressive and how much pressure they apply. Nice shimmy into the throw to just dare Scud to move. And right now, holding the corner, winning that meter war once again, forcing Scud to FD just to cheat out the chip damage. But a counter hit scored, and now Kazoo opts to burst.
Oh, there we're going Helter Skelter, getting the JD on the other side, counter hit 2K, and Scud can absolutely run away with this, go for the RC, 6D, that's gonna be the round.
Like we said, damage disparity. Kazoo touched Scud, what, 7, 8 times in that round? Doesn't matter if Slayer hits you with a single counter hit, Bucko, you gotta make them count.
Slayer's that oops I win archetype character.
Absolutely. One of my friends, AKA, shout out to the homie, once described Exert Slayer as a cart of dynamite that just slowly walks forward at you, and you pray it does not blow up, but right now, that is exactly what is happening. Kazoo, way down in the life lead, but with a lot of resources to play with.
Oh, trying to jump out there. I like going for the RC to try and cut off or steal the inputs, right? You can sometimes do that to mess up Slayer's backdash jump.
Yeah, nice use there. Going to get the full confirm into the knockdown. We start to make nice call out on the attempted escape there from Scud. So Kazoo holds the corner, still holding the corner. You will take that trade. That holds down the fort. And Kazoo does get thrown, and now Scud trying to steal this first game, but gets caught, no burst, and just like that, Kazoo able to escape and goes up 1-0, and you see Scud kind of looking up, really like, that happened.
Trying to think about what could I have done differently there, right? Because it was a situation where they absolutely could have won, just unfortunately went a little too hard in with that ball on the screen.
It's so hard when you're that close, right? Any hit is good, anything is worth. The temptation to be more aggressive is so high. Credit to Kazoo for staying patient, but gets spin and the counter hit 6H. Nice delay there for any Vero burst, not gonna come, and that's about as easy as it gets for Slayer right there.
Absolutely, need a few more rounds of that. You'll find yourself in grand finals. Kazoo, of course, up one game here. This is 3 out of 5, losers finals. Getting the cross up, here's the immediate burst.
Right? Watching neutral, using that 6-speed tri-bastard. The counter hit pile bunker, 3 hits, 50% of your bar is the price of admission. And now the offensive potential, but the crossover, and Kazoo escapes.
Block there was insane from Kazoo to not get hit by the cross-up. And now in the driver's seat, trying to put the pedal to the metal. Are we going to see a Dark Angel? Yes, sir.
All right, holding down the fort. And it connects! Wow, trade comes out heavily in Scud's favor. Trying to close out, and the bite will get there. And one game apiece. That's what you have to do to win a Guilty Gear major in the Midwest. Sometimes you bet big.
You gotta let it ride.
Absolutely. Going to the tables, throwing the bones, and we are one game apiece in losers final. And right out the gate, both players swinging in game 2.
Oh, max range 2D, very nice. You don't get punished on that. Under pressure, it's late. Into the Helter Skelter, and RC to catch the backdash.
Now, nice use of the wire seat, covering multiple options at once. Nice jump out of the jump, or the bite, but immediately Scud, the raw aggression starting to pay heavy dividends. and Scud all over this, finally interrupted by a challenge 2D, but nowhere really to move for Pazoo. Doesn't have time to get a ball out and is really struggling to start the offense, and the 5P and the air check, and Scud with her first lead here in Losers Finals.
Looking really good, didn't have to really spend first that round either, getting the counter hit, map punch right off the bat. Unfortunately, unable to really combo off of it, but this gold burst is gonna be massive.
Yeah, wow, able to fit that in. A full stick of tension for Slayer is as scary as it gets. Dead on time, rips the RC for the maximum damage. Not able to get the full confirm, but it's still 60%. And right now, Scud trying to close out game 3 and take an all-important 2-1 lead here in Losers Finals.
Oh no, just a little too slow on the draw there. Probably tried to go for a 2K. They're getting hit. I like the idea of trying to blitz the ball, but now you're back into the corner, and there is no burst dead on time here to save you from this Dark Angel.
Yeah, has to hold all this chip damage, using so much meteor. Again, Pazoo using the resource ward to his advantage, and right now gets the JH, and we are even one round apiece. You want game 3 more than anything in a Losers Final set. Who can get this all-important 3rd round?
Wow, 5P catching the teleport. The reaction time here of Scud is next level. I mean, they're doing walk forward into IV on some of these really fast stingers on a stick.
Yeah, no, it's incredible execution right there. And holding down the fort with a little bit of a light lead, but not able to really press the advantage. And danger time begins. The immediate throw. Great awareness from Pazoo. Both players going into FD. A little bit of a scramble. Danger time almost out. Wow, that's respect right there. Showing burst, knowing if that would have been a counter hit, it would have been in real trouble for Pazoo, but comes out ahead. Again, not hit by the burst, the blitz, able to avoid protect. Wow, the back and forth shimmy. And now, Pazoo trying to close out, not quite enough.
Yeah, the chip damage here should be, there's not a whole lot of tension. Nice escape there from Scud, but the trade. Looking at the camera like it's The Office.
That was one of those, like, I'm so glad that stinger ain't hit, because I would have been very, very sad if I got counter hit, but it's enough. And now Pazoo on set point here in Losers Finals. One more game to go. Scud trying to push us to the 5th, and early on, Pazoo with a bit of a life deficit, but now has control and is working towards that corner.
Oh, the 6P. Best 6P in the game. I don't think that's debatable.
Not at all. And Pazoo holding down the fort. Nice win for the throw and gets the 6H instead. And now, nice escape there from Scud. Barely able to avoid that throw. Counter hit, mob punch. Dares the tech. Nice patience from Pazoo, but does not escape the corner. Whoa, brutal, no confirmed, but we keep going nonetheless.
There's nice. Oh, FD Dandy trying to go for a 6P again. Just needs to find that last touch, and the 6K gonna do it.
Relentless pressure from Scud there. Nice call out on the blitz with the bite, and now trying to push us to a 5th game in Losers Finals. Pazoo trying to hold down the fort, using Stingray to hold up that horizontal space, but Scud is in and now has the corner, both players with burst on deck.
Oh, oh no! Oh no! And the throw, but air throwing the 6K! Pazoo, you're a madman!
Even Scud said, wow, it's like that. I watched her lips as we go on. Pazoo about to get dumped and somehow stays alive, but now down to the final legs, trying to escape. The 6P is good.
The old shoulder.
It's not Midwest Guilty Gear if I can't say a final game in a final set, but we are here, friends. 2-2 apiece for the right to take on the dominant force of Exert in 2026. Scud and Pazoo back and forth, looking for that ticket to Grand Finals, and even right out the gate, Pazoo with the throw and is going to earn the corner.
Nice getting that knockdown too. Hitting the raw ball. That was a very high up burst. Could have been incredibly dangerous, but nice dash through into the 5K. Baits out the burst one more time into a second pile bunker.
Yeah, back-to-back immaculate burst baits from Scud, and now has the light lead. Lots of meter for Pazoo to play with, but has to pick the spots. Tries to blitz and gets caught, but not quite there yet. The blitz is not working out right now for Pazoo. None of them have connected.
That was flashbacks of Daymendo versus Sumito.
Yeah.
Mappa Hunch YRC to throw the blitz.
Absolutely. So Pazoo trying to bait Scud into swinging. Nothing doing, and now Scud on set point for that ticket to Grand Finals. 2-5 barely catching there, but the pile bunker pushes the corner. Nice jump out from the bike though.
Pazoo starting to understand Scud is going for way more dandy steps, so we need to keep these balls active.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to keep that horizontal space controlled. And there the shimmy is good yet again. I'd like to see more of that. That's been working. Nice BDC Mappa to get through the charge ball. And earns the corner, but has to wait the ball out. So Pazoo escapes.
So unfortunate there. Scud definitely not going to be spending the burst here. 6P to get through.
Any hit will do it here. We will go to final game, final round. Pazoo finds it. The K-ball connects. Final game, final round. Combo Breaker 2026. Pazoo and Scud hunting for that grand final entrance. As we throw, start the mix. Basic pressure, S into the sweep. Nice block on the inch leg.
Oh, the reset into the recross up. Not going for the knockdown there, but getting the counter hit 2K. This is actually doable for Pazoo.
Yeah,
All
goal
this
first.
tension.
So much tension, the interrupt in the air, not able to knock down, gets the throw, and now Pazoo can start the run. Scud does have burst to work with. All right, the air dash connects, the burst is used, and now we are playing an honest game. No more bursts available. RSRC for the confirm. Pazoo wants the offense.
Don't do reversal super. Wow, trying to dead angle through that. Gets shimmied and thrown once again. Pazoo, all of this because of the goal burst, has the opportunity to close it out. Can Scud escape into the throw? One touch with the 2K Mappa. Scud moves on to grand finals for the run back.
Wow, incredible patience. Jumps up and pounds the stage. And out of nowhere, Scud is going to grand finals at a Midwest Guilty Gear Xrd Major. The absolute stones to stand there and withstand that bit of offense in the end. The dash forward to go through the poke, confirm the hit. Absolutely incredible play. But now you got to take all that energy, all that amped up you've got, and you got to fight the best extra player in the world right now.
That's right. There's nothing but pure dandyism flowing through her veins right now. You can see, said, just one moment needs to cool down, right? And I understand you don't want to jump immediately into the next set after something like that.
Also, shout outs to our camera operator. I don't think it was on, but for us in the preview, right as that gold burst connected, I saw Scud literally do the lean forward. The actual emoji is like, oh, it's go time now.
Yeah,
like,
at that point, the moment that Pazoo hit that goal burst, you were not guaranteed to win.
No.
If you're actually almost in Pazoo's favor, even with the life deficit, just having 100 tension with Venom up against a no tension Slayer.
And you see Scud, like, the emotion is there. She is feeling the adrenaline rush of surviving that set. And what a reward you get. You get to try and win 6 off of Solstice for all that effort. But warmed up, ready to go. Like, absolutely set up on the sticks. But I will say, this exact scenario played out in Frosty Faustings. Hyper Slice Bread played an incredible Losers Finals with Ray the Warrior. All warmed up, and Solstice walked up on stage and said, give me that damn trophy, I do not care.
I mean, you can see the tears are already flowing just for Scud to get to this point, to make it to grand finals. I think she almost doesn't care which way this goes.
No, and in a way, in this kind of setup, having a free roll against Solstice might be the best position you could ask for. If you're actually up there going, all right, I've gotten this far, but now I have to finish the job. But getting the elation of knowing you have reached a peak in Guilty Gear history. You do not get on the stage in Combo Breaker at a Midwest Guilty Gear tournament in Grand Finals by accident. So I like this. This is the first time the entire top 8 anyone has been like, hey, can we take a minute? I don't want to hit run back right this second, and I love it. I always say this all the time. There is no rule that says you got to hit rematch.
You got to feel your emotions before you jump into this, right? I know you feel so happy you made it to this peak, but now is the time to not necessarily push those down, but let them flow through you so you can focus on the task at hand in front of you, and that is trying to take 6 games off of Solstice.
A tall order to say the very least, but to find that balance of adrenaline reaction time and making good reads, it is possible, but man, if you were ever going to earn your first major, there is no more difficult way to earn it than playing against someone who has been on a legendary generational tear in this game. And it is time here at Combo Breaker 2026. Guilty Gear XR Rev 2 Grand Finals. Solstice versus Scud. Let's rock!
All right, JS right off the bat, they're going to give that counter hit. You got to remember, Solstice is the one who sent Scud to the loser side of the bracket.
Our very first match of the entire top 8. So we will see what Scud has in the tank. And right now, off to a beautiful start. Massive life lead, a little bit of a drop, but we get that air grab right back in. Misses the helter-skelter, it just confirms anyway. I think Scud might be warmed up.
This is a really important thing to note, though. This is exactly how it started in their first set. Scud came out swinging, a dominating first round, first game, but Solstice immediately shut it down in the following matches.
That's going to be the challenge. You might get a game. You might even get 2 games. What's your next layer? Can you keep it going? But we have a long ways to go before we even worry about that. Pretty even here in round 2. Scud with no burst to work with currently. Solstice opted not to use his in round 1, so has a little bit to work with. And now getting those hits going to the corner. And Scud will get a burst back before this round is over, but it's a question of should you use it. Doesn't matter when you earn the corner, though.
The default shield didn't get punished, right?
Shocking.
Solstice landed in time to throw it or go for the low.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation, and again, maybe the difference in being warmed up versus not plays out in Scud's favor, but the gold burst, and Solstice says, give me all of this room, intercept in the air, and now just gonna guts crush with the double super, and I saw Scud just be like, man, understandable, been there myself. But 1 round apiece here in game 1 of Grand Finals.
Gold Super Ram, or Gold Burst Ram is literally just send it and forget it. But here we go, taking a bite out of Crime, too far away to actually hit the pile bunker and get that counter hit. We do get the it's late.
It's just gonna be enough. It is, that's it. And just like that, Scud comes back from that second round, is like, this game's easy, man. I don't know what you're talking about. These commentators are dumb.
Solstice closing the eyes for a moment there, composing themselves, and then immediately needing a 6P at round start from Slayer.
I mean, I know I said 6 wins is a monumental task, but you can't ask for a much better start than this. Already up 1-0 and a solid start to game 2, but so wow, what an intercept on the crossover by Scud.
Oh my God, getting the bounce there too. Now you're just gonna get juggled all the way to the corner, into the 16. Time to guess for your life.
Yeah, no meter to work with right now, no burst, and Solstice doing what he does best. Maybe not quite enough to guts crush from here, so it might take 1 more touch. Yep, disagrees. Now it's just gonna say block as you can, and the double overhead. That's gross. That's just gross. You're not blocking. Don't lie to me, audience. You didn't block that.
That's a Mario Party mini game when you get put in the corner.
100%. Get the glove. Your hand's going to be hurt, bucko. All right, Solstice confirms into Daro. Going to take it to the house, all the way to the corner. Some of the best corner carry in the game. And now has earned another burst from Scud. So Solstice getting his legs under it right now. But back into the corner, not where you want to be. And gets bit. Nice stagger shake going immediately gets out.
And a beautiful press. Trying to carry this from one coast to the other. Shout out Shane McMahon. And gonna get the knockdown. Set of both swords. But a beautiful tech out with the JK there. And suddenly Scud is right back in it.
Yeah, not sure if Solstice mistimed or was looking for the tech bait there, but either way, it does not work out in his favor. And now forced to go in with the jump S connects. And now once again,
gonna carry all the way to the corner. Scud will get the burst back right as I say it, but what do you do? The Guts Crush is coming, and it is too late now. That is the round, and Solstice on the board. That is the danger of Ramlethal. You might get the burst back, but once the super's out, it's over, Bucko.
Yeah, you have to burst right away, but that can be dangerous in itself. Ran with so many different burst safe options, I should say. I mean, getting hit by the swords alone, Ran doesn't have to do anything. She can just hold back.
And this is going to be the challenge for Scud. Solstice, honestly, very minimal pressure. Has been on one for so long. Just kind of knows exactly what he wants to do. You're going to have to find a way to rattle him, to make him feel uncomfortable if you want to get 5 more games from the man who has been on one for this entire year. But right now, good back and forth, but nice kind of air grab, but doesn't earn the corner. That does matter. The pile bunker, no good, making a big bet. A little chuckle out of Scud's like, yeah, I shifted, it didn't work. What you gonna do? Go to the corner, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have burst to save you here now. Here comes the super. Life or meter, possibly both. And
wow. Amazing defense, but you can only stay on the defensive for so long. The burst save. I love that they're just talking to each other every time at the end of these rounds.
Solstice mashing the 5P while staring at Scud.
You want a burst? You want a burst, homie? I don't think you do. Good stuff there from Solstice, but Scud hitting that Slayer damage, and we are in there. RC into the pile bunker. Not going to have quite enough here, but any touch will do. Wow, drops it though.
Oh God, I wish we had the players dance. Solstice, after getting hit, was like, okay, that's the round. Saw that the combo dropped and immediately snapped up. Position was like, wait, I have a chance.
Lock in, baby, lock in. And we are locked in here. Scud unwavered though, not wilting in the face of the pressure of trying to be the man dominating this game in 2026. And we are playing back and forth in neutral, really picking our spots. We see the aggression is toned down slightly, but Solstice with the IAD in, has the corner, and now the gambit begins.
Oh, and the overhead is gonna connect. Gonna be able to get the super off of this too. No, goes for a reset.
That was daring for the burst, but now sets the super. Good defense yet again. Scud waits, does the dead on time connect?
Oh! And we have what a trade into the JD. That was so winnable there for Scud. 70% damage super, more likely than you would think.
I appreciate the idea. I just got burst dead on time. I'm going in right now before you have a chance to kind of hit him with the punch. Don't let him recover. Keep going. But it's Solstice. He's that good, man. Not right. Last 70% of my life in one hit. That's fine. I still got enough left to finish the job. And with that, Solstice now on Combo Breaker 2026 championship point. And Scud is going to have to dig real deep.
Walking forward to just build up that tension. Beautiful pile bunker. Solstice not waiting to get hit by a third one there in the corner. Opts for the burst. And nice. Gets the close slash there after the 2D is blocked. Gonna carry you all the way to the other side. And Scud has no resources to save them here in the corner once again.
Oh, this is a brutal situation. No meter, no burst. And now this is an easy closeout for Solstice into the super for the Guts Crush. Solstice on championship point. Combo Breaker 2026, looking to continue this utter reign of dominance in 2026, but Scud getting first blood here in the next round.
Oh, but a slide on in. That's the first time we've seen this all top 8.
Time to show the last bits you kept in the cabinet, trying to earn another trophy, and right now, Solstice has the corner. A burst is on deck for Scud. The overhead is good, and now gonna have to make a decision very soon.
Keeping it all burst safe. How is Scud gonna escape? Dash with the like gets sent right back into the corner. Wake up, 2P. We will not go down without a fight.
The swinging back and forth, Scud trying everything to challenge this offense. Gets out and is out of the corner, but very little to play with.
And the burst! Last pixel remaining here for Scud. Gets the knockdown, and it's over! Solstice, your Combo Breaker 2026 champion, undefeated in offline Guilty Gear this year.
Incredible composure to just stand there and wait and not flinch. Scud dared him, absolutely dared him to panic mash, and it would have been the round, but this man is just flat out unrattleable in Guilty Gear Xrd in 2026. Incredible, incredible run by Scud. One of the new bloods in Xrd and probably going to become one of the old bloods here in very short order.
After a run like that, I cannot wait to see Scud appear at more offline tournaments, see how they perform. Just an absolutely incredible top 8 at Solstice. Living proof that the break tech works. Taking a break and coming back with a fresh perspective is sometimes all you need to level up.
Absolutely. It helps so much to walk away and look at the game on a broader, more macro level. Think about, all right, everything's been working. I have every reason to keep doing everything I'm doing, but complacency is stale. Complacency gets you killed in fighting games. Leveling up, even when there doesn't appear to be another level to go, just kidding, there always is.
Always is. There is always someone out there who is faster, who is stronger, and who is better than you, and that's one of the best parts about fighting games, is trying to find that person and trying to beat them.
We saw some today. Some brand new names here in Guilty Gear Xrd, and could not be happier about it. So just incredible top 8.
Absolutely incredible all around. Could not ask for a better one here at Frosty Faustings, crowning a new champion in the form of Solstice, who's adding yet another title to his shelf. Just, I don't know who's going to be able to beat this guy, but I can't wait to find out who eventually does.
That's the fun part, and that's what I've loved about modern Xrd is we've gotten these runs where someone just becomes the face for a long time. Ray, for a long time, it's like, no one's ever beating this dude. He's untouchable. And now Solstice doing the same thing with, let's face it, a lot of big names on that stage. Incredibly accomplished players who have done so much.
Oh, but now we are in our medal ceremony here. And of course, in 7th place is the Arm, the Scientist.
Yeah, one of the original Ramla Falls. And in 7th place is, well, one of the elite Dizzies here in Guilty Gear Xrd, Drifter Dane, with another incredible showing.
And then in 5th place, one of my favorite players to watch, the man himself, Crocs in Socks.
Absolutely, not quite to get the 4-peat, but still 5th place at Combo Breaker, no slouch. As well in 5th, Fu, the man himself, the Heihun of all time.
And in 4th place coming Cade with the incredible Leo Whitefang.
Absolutely, and in 3rd place here with an incredible Venom showing, Pazoo.
And in 2nd place with an all-star breakout performance is Scud.
But last and still standing, and the man to beat moving forward yet again, Solstice is your Combo Breaker 2026 champion. Ramblefall's a bad character.
Bad character? I
Bad
can't play the game.
Unplayable.
Can't play the game.
Unplayable.
But there you go. What a beautiful top 8. What a beautiful selection of players posing up for the cameras.
Doesn't get any better than that. This is what Guilty Gear is all about. This is what fighting games are all about. And this is why I love Combo Breaker. This is a tournament made by players for players. And it shows every single time you get to watch this presentation on the stage and see the hard work really show out and reward these players for grinding.
Yeah, I mean, and boy, do they grind, right? A game that some people would have thought would end up dying, getting a new breath of life through rollback and entering a brand new era of incredibly new players, learning from the old, improving upon the old, and pushing Guilty Gear into the future.
Absolutely. And again, 50 more entrants than last year at this
so
event.
It's growing.
Like,
it's going up.
This game's 12 years old, and it's just like more people are like, this game kind of sick though. I kind of want to play it, and you should. If you are interested, if you've never played Xrd, if you like what you see, it's on sale on Steam all the time. Join the Discord. Someone will gift it to you. I say this with Plus R and Xrd all the time. Legacy Guilty Gear is not going anywhere because
there's sicko games for sickos, and there's a lot of us sickos in the FGC.
That's right, and Clay Age, Guilty Gear is not going anywhere this weekend either, because if you still have an appetite for it, tomorrow is going to be top 24 and top 8 of Guilty Gear Strive, but that's going to wrap up our top 8. It has been an absolute blast, and for all of you watching at home, never forget, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, Combo Breaker forever. We'll see you next year.